Hello viewers, welcome to Eureka Automobile Services. Today I want to show you how to change the rear shock absorbers for the Mitsubishi Outlander in just few minutes. This principle will apply to most shock absorbers that you may change, the rear ones of course specified for any car that you may have. So please subscribe, comment and like the videos. Some of the basic tools that you may need a clipping pliers, you may need a screwdriver, you may need a 17 socket and also a 17 wrench and a 14 wrench as well. You will see why these tools are needed as we disassemble. So here is the location of the rear shock absorber. This is what we are talking about. It is separate from the spring. So this shock absorber is being held by the bolt, which is right here that you're able to see, and on top this is a shock pad. Now this shock pad has two studs which protrudes through the body of the vehicle, and I'll show you how inside you can unscrew or untighten those screws that holds the shock pad to the body. So first thing first, this is a 17 socket. You put it right there and you get your power bar, you slide it in where there is a nut. We hold it with a 17 wrench so that it doesn't rotate. And then the shock pad that I showed you is being held by the two bolts which are screwed to the stud, and they are inside just right there. There's one this side and there's one that side. So that one, the cover is already popped out, and that side you should pop out the cover using a screwdriver just like that. And inside you use the 14 wrench to untighten the nuts from the studs of that shock pad so that it can move out, just like so. And when you finish removing the nuts of the shock pad will move out just like so. And after you remove the old shock absorber, you have to remove this shock pad and install it on the new shock absorber. To remove this shock pad, you have to make sure you hold this rod, because this one which protrudes here, it will be rotating as you unscrew this nut if you're not holding it. Hence, that's why we are using this to hold it, and then a 17 wrench to untighten. And after that, you just install this shock pad into a new shock. So you install the shock pad into the new shock absorber. And now, before you install the shock absorber in the vehicle, it is very important that you activate the fluid or the gas inside by compressing it yourself 3 to 5 times. Again, you compress it, let it move just like that 5 times. Thereafter, you fit the shock absorber back. The fitting process is the opposite of the removal. It's that simple. And then after putting the shock pad, you install it in and you put back the nuts. That's exactly how the new shock absorber is installed in. The same principle if you have any other car. Thanks so much for watching. If you need any other services regarding the suspension, please feel free to call Eureka.